Okay, y'all. So, man, it's so ugly out. I got Phil coming in. I'm just trying to, make sure he gets a little bit of money, man. So, probably not going to be doing a lot, though. Got some stuff in the shop that we can do. Go on and get that other cutter out of the crate. And got to do that either way. I'm seriously considering going by the Bobcat dealer today and getting some of the chisel teeth. I got this job that's coming up on Thursday and Friday, and I'm going to take both the cutters over there. Two cutters. So I want to make sure that I can get the high flow fittings on one of the new cutters. But I'm gonna tell you, man, I'm not gonna buy any more I'm not gonna buy high flow fittings for the new cutter. It's a high flow unit, 20 to 40 gallons per minute, just like the one that I have. And it's already came with standard flow couplings. But when the Bobcat high flow machines, they have standard flow couplings on them. Like my guy down here, he's got a 96 horsepower Bobcat high flow, and it's like 40 gallons per minute. But he doesn't have the great big 3/4 fittings. The Bobcat doesn't even have a place to plug them in at. Not his anyway. So there can be high flow attachments that don't require high flow or 3/4 inch fittings, put it that way. So we're going to see how one of these mulching heads work with the standard flow fittings, but I put the machine on high flow. There's definitely a big difference in when you hit the high flow button, no matter what you got hooked up. So yeah, those 3/4 inch fittings are they're expensive. You buy two of them, I'm talking about two flat face couplings for skid steers. Of course, they're $400 for two of them, for the male and the female. So this came yesterday, and this is for the female high flow fitting to release the pressure. One thing I like about this and the other gadget that I got for releasing pressure is you can release the pressure on the skid too. So sometimes when you press it in, right, it doesn't release that great. It does. You can tell. You can hear it, a little bit of a bubble sound or whatever. But I put the other one. I couldn't get the the female on the machine, and I press, releasing the tension on the machine, and I still tried to squeeze it up on there, and I couldn't. And I didn't have this to go into the female on the attachment. So what I did is I put the other mechanism I got up on the skid steer fitting and released the tension in the skid steer really good. So yeah. But this thing right here was expensive, put it that way. Ain't nothing cheap though. I mean, everything that you buy, everything that you do, everything that you say, everything that you are about out here in the real working world ain't cheap. Nothing is cheap, y'all. So there ain't no such thing as cheap. It just ain't, because everything's expensive, man. what it boils down to, if you know, when you're buying stuff like this and like you know, the other thing I got, what it boils down to is how you want to spend your time. You know, nothing is more frustrating than being on a job and worrying about having to hook something up. It limits you on the things that you can do on a job. You know, so I did not want to hook the grapple bucket up on a job and you know, and unhook the mulcher. I don't like to do that with the stump grinder either. I don't like to do that with the big brush cutter too. I need to go get that. I need to have that on standby because when you look at all the attachments that I got, you gotta stand back and look at, like, okay, I got a regular brush cutter, right, 72 inch, but I also have the brush cutter grinder, you know, 60 inch. And it's a beast, and I can't, you know, having that thing on some of these mulching jobs will really help, because you can, you know, you can knock a lot of stuff down, right? So it doesn't do that great on the ground like the mulcher does, but it does pretty good. And then you can come in there with a mulcher and drag the ground. You want to be able to do everything on the jobs, and then in a pinch, the job that I'm going to do on Thursday and Friday, I could do that whole job with the brush cutter on steroids. Not the forestry mulcher, but I'm going to have 2 forestry mulchers over there. And I'm going to keep using the one that I'm using. I mean, that bitch is going to have to break. I don't know that me selling it. See, I'm funny about selling stuff because I don't like to sell things that I don't know how long, you know, I don't know that much about it. And do I really want to sell a forestry mulcher to somebody that's local around me? I don't think I do. I'll be honest. So, you know, if somebody's wanting to buy one, I mean, I could sell the one that I'm using right now. I could sell it for, you know, well, I could sell it for $3,000 easy, I think. But it could last 1 job or 5 jobs. I have no idea. So, yeah. But me and Phil, I got Phil out here. We're gonna go do one property, and that's just to clean the leaves up. We might not even go into the pool area. We're gonna probably just take the push mower and one of the riding mowers, and that's gonna be another thing that I may do today. I hate doing it. Is drop this truck off at the shop and see Phil can help me with that, because he can drive the other truck, and if needed. So I probably won't make any money today as far as profit, but I'll make enough to pay Phil and, you know, maybe, you know, fill the truck up with fuel or something. You know, I'm okay. Hop in for a minute, man. What's up? All right, y'all. So me and Phil got a lot done in the shop, but I didn't record none of it because, well, there's a lot of, you know, it's too much moving. We got a lot done. We got we got both the new cutters together with the push bars on them. We got one thing that I realized now that I thought was different is the fittings on the end of the Chinese mulcher. They're not the fittings that go into American skid steer, the flat face coupling. So with that being said, I took the lines off. I'm going to have to do the same thing to the cutter that I'm going to be using. I'm not going to do it to both of them yet, but I'll have the cutter that I'm using now, the old one, which is only a month old, and then I'll have the cutter that one of the cutters that I just bought. So I had to take the hydraulic lines off, and I'm not going to buy high flow fittings for it. I'm going to use the high flow fittings that I have on the stump grinder. So that's going to enable, well, I'm going to save some money that way, because you can't use the stump grinder and the mulcher at the same time. There's no sense. If the fittings were $100 each, it'd be different. But these stupid fittings, the high flow fittings are, I mean, well, about for a male and a female skid steer high flow fitting, it's about $500 for the Summit ones, the ones that don't. I've seen them online where they're cheaper, but I've learned that, you know, yeah. So I'm not even going to buy. I'm going to just use the ones off the stump grinder. I got the fittings off the stump grinder with me too, and it's easy on the stump grinder to screw them back on. It's not that difficult, man. So when I get ready to use stump grinder, I'll just take it off one of the mulchers. But for that job that I'm going to be doing Thursday and Friday, in case something breaks or anything, I want to have two mulchers out there with me. So I got options, and you know, yeah. So, but right now we're going over here to the mechanic shop, and we're going to drop that truck off, and I'm going to see when they can do the radiator on this truck. If they tell me, hey Ray, leave the truck here, we can do the radiator today, I might just go on and do that, because I'm going to need my truck on Thursday and Friday. So if he wants to wait till next week, we can do that. It's a pretty in-depth job, though. It's not something that's an hour and a half job. It's a 4 or 5 hour job. So yeah, and I know that I could probably do it myself, but I don't want to, man. I know I could, but I just don't want to, man. I don't want to fool with the truck. I'd rather go sit in the skid steer and make the money to pay them. So, but I'm not even going to have to do that. They got a job that they want me to do at their personal house, and I figure I'd do that job. I quoted that job at $1,400. So, and they quoted me on the truck radiator parts included, about $1,400. So. Yeah. But the main thing is I want to go on and drop that truck, the other truck. Well, why are you taking the other truck? So when I get ready, so I can drop this truck at any given moment. I don't have to worry about a ride and all that. That's what I hate about, you know, taking stuff to jobs and everything, or taking things to the shop, because, well, I got to have a ride home, and that's a pain in the ass. I don't like, you know, infringing on people around me twice to, you know, so, yeah. But anyway, we're pulling up over here, and I'll kick it. Okay, guys, so this is pretty much the extent of leaf cleanups that we do. I charge a little bit more money today, but we just keep coming to the yards, and normally, you know, this time of year, I haven't been over here in a minute because, well, I've been busy with the skid stuff. So Knucklehead Cam, I believe Cam did it, he locked this on here. I never lock these things. So I don't know if I got a key. Look, bam, first key, hell yeah. That's amazing. I just knew I was going to have to go through a lot. So I'm going to set you guys up on the truck, and I got Phil in the back, and he's just doing the back like he normally would. I'm going to edge some stuff here real quick, give it a nice little fresh look with the edger. Let me put these keys back, and like I'll edge this bed right here with the edger, and that kind of thing to make everything look nice and neat. And I'll probably go on the edge of the driveway too. The backyard over here is looking pretty bad, really. So I knew it was because we haven't been over here. And she went out of town, and she told me don't worry about it and all that. And you know, I say all the time, you know, hey, you know, to you guys about, do I really want to come to the properties, you know, throughout the winter, you know, for 12-month deals or whatever. And I don't have a 12-month deal with her, but she pays really good, and I've been doing this in a really long time, and you guys have been over here a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna grab my glasses and I'm gonna use the edger to define these beds and all. So okay, y'all. So I'm headed back over here. I got done eating my Sammy, and now I'm headed back over here to the hydraulic shop to pick up those 2 lines. I was wrong about the fittings. They're not the right fittings, man, on the end of the Chinese Mulcher. So they look just like standard flow, but they're not. I don't know what they are. They're metric, whatever that is. I don't know why. Yeah. So like I said earlier, I believe I'm not going to buy the fittings, the actual fittings. I got them right here from the stump grinder. So I got 4 attachments that are high flow and 3 sets of fittings. It just costs too much, man. It just costs too much, man. I don't want to spend that money on that. I'd rather spend it on something else. I'm just glad I got, you know, enough work, you know, I got enough work to run through Christmas. Not every day, but I ain't really trying to work every day. When you got a skid steer, I mean, you might be working every day, but you ain't well, since I have a skid steer, I'm working every day, but I ain't making money every day, if that makes any sense. So yeah. And here we go, you know, here we go. So, okay, so I got the lines, like I was saying, got them cut and ready to go. So on my way home, I was just going to stop by Napa. You know, this is the belt that goes on the cutters. And these are all things, this is all preventable things that I'm trying to take care of before I actually need one of these. Because if I can't find these for whatever reason, then I'm not going to want to keep the cutters as long. I'm going to want to, you know, move on from a cutter pretty quick. And just keep, you know, but I think I'll be able to find them. I just ain't found one yet. As I was looking, you know, I went to the Blue Diamond website. That's where they have those teeth that I buy, and you know, for my cutter, for the mulching head. And this belt right here, they don't have this belt. I was just kind of looking at, okay, about what do these things cost, right? And I'll put an image up of what Blue Diamond wants for their high strength belt, which is pretty much what this is. They got one I saw on there, and I about lost it, man. $1,900 for that. And on the internet, they're all over the place. You get, $1,900 though. I mean, that is. I mean, it's like these companies just, dude, that is freaking stupid expensive, man. I would think that I would think that a couple of $100 would be expensive. But what do I know? So I took it up to Napa, and I know the guys up in Napa. I know everybody, so I went to the ice chocolate shop. I talked to them for a minute, and then I went up to the guys at Napa, and the guys at Napa, they punched in the numbers on it, and they don't have anything, cross-reference anything or nothing. That's a little spooky because Napa's, worldwide. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Usually they can find something that's close to it. So, yeah. I'll put my research up on the screen here and show y'all that what Blue Diamond wants for the unbelievable. So, like I was saying earlier, y'all know I got that job on Thursday and Friday. What I'm going to do is I need to get home and go on and turn the teeth on the mulcher that I've been using, and add some teeth on too, right? Because I didn't replace them all. I didn't have enough. But I do now. And I don't see no point, and I might be all wrong, man. I don't see no point in not using the mulcher that I've been using. I use that bad boy until the damn brakes fall off of it, and and if I end up selling the one that I'm using, I'm not going to sell the hydraulic lines with it. I'm not going to sell the couplings with it. There ain't no way. Ain't no way. People are going to be weary about buying it anyway. I don't have the extra belt because I ain't coming off no belt either. I got the belt I got on it now. I got the two belts on the two new ones, and I got two belts, this one and another one in the cup. So y'all can see my dilemma here on parts and stuff. Because if I'm going to continue to mess around with the Chinese mulchers, I'm going to have to be able to get parts for them, or at least be able to get this belt or something, or I'm going to approach things totally different. I said totally different.